How to paint a straight ceiling line? That's the question, right? Hi there, I'm Jeff with Home Repair Tutor, and in this video I'm going to share with you how to clean up messy paint lines between two dissimilar colors. So here we are in a pink bathroom that I've been working on for Lord knows how long, and I need to clean up the paint transition between the white ceiling and the pink walls. So stay tuned, I'm going to show you how to cut in a straight line, and before you know it, you'll learn how to do it yourself. Let's get started. In order to paint straight lines, you need the right paintbrush and the right roller. To cut in straight lines, I absolutely love using putty brushes. And in particular, I like using the clear cut stiff brush. It's for all paints and it's awesome for cutting in. It's 2.5 inches wide, and that allows you to cut in a really nice line and then roll over it. This is what it looks like when it's unpackaged. It's angled, and this brush, even though it's about $13, will last you a long time. And at the end of the video, I'll share with you a huge tip that helps me use these for years. And if you've got a tight space, I do like putty rollers, especially this jumbo mini roller, because it's sturdy and it does roll on super smooth. For this project, which is in a bathroom, I'm going to be using Valspar Ultra Paint Plus Primer. I'm using this for the ceiling because it's stain resistant and scrubbable, mildew resistant, which is super important for humid conditions, and it comes with a lifetime warranty. It doesn't get any better than that, right? The rollers that I'm using for this project are the Jumbo White Dove rollers by Purdy, 3/8 inch nap. And because my ceiling's super small, I'm going to be using a 2-gallon bucket with a wire grid. The wire grid is for the roller. This is something that I do on all my painting projects, and it just helps us out whenever we need to touch up a surface, and that is right on the top of the can, the room that you're working on. So in this case, I'm going to write Kate's bathroom. To get started, you want to dip your brush about 1 inch into the paint. So load the paintbrush up with paint. And then you can tap it on the side of the bucket or on the wire grid. So here we are. Here's the wall. Here's the pink wall, and here's the white ceiling. And I tested the white paint just to see what it would look like on the ceiling. But what we have to do here is fix some of the waviness between this pink paint and the white ceiling paint. So again, with the paintbrush dipped about 1 inch into the paint, what I like to do is move it along the intersection, like so. And if you have any drips, just wipe them off on the ceiling. After you move about 12 inches in one direction, you can wipe the paint in the opposite direction. Again, dip your brush, maybe start about 1/4 inch away from the wall and the ceiling. Just move in one direction and then brush back again in the opposite direction. If you notice any waviness, you can always go back and touch that up. Now if you mess up, it's not a big deal. You can just take a rag, and while the paint is still wet, move it off the surface. It's okay if you make a mistake, especially if you're just starting out. You're going to make some mistakes, all right? So you can just wipe the paint off like so. I like to work in about 2 to 3 foot increments. So in this case, I'm going to work into that corner, and then I'm going to roll on the paint with the mini roller. There's a nice clean line between the pink and the white intersection. So the next step is to use the mini roller along the 2 to 3 foot section that I just cut in. With plenty of paint on the mini roller, start in the corner and just roll it on. So roll on one direction and then roll it back to cover up what you just rolled on. I'm working on a small bathroom ceiling, so I can actually finish it with this 4-inch roller. So again, just roll on in one direction and roll it back. Then I like to re-dip that roller and roll on another coat that's halfway on the last one that I painted. So I just keep doing that back and forth across this small ceiling. So again, I overlap the last portion by 1/2 the length of my roller, so I roll it on, and then I roll back. Not bad at all, right? I know that you can do this yourself too. When I'm all done painting, I clean off my paintbrush with water, then I take a piece of press and seal, and I wrap it around the paintbrush. And that keeps the paintbrush nice and fresh for the next time that I need to use it. Well, that's it. That's how you paint a straight ceiling line. I don't have all the answers though, so if you have your own tip or suggestion, please add it to the comment section. I would appreciate it, and everybody else would too, because you probably have some great ideas that you'd like to share. Remember, if you haven't already done so, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Home Repair Tutor YouTube channel, by clicking on the subscribe button. Can't get that out. And if you haven't already done so, you can go to homerepairtutor.com and sign up for the email newsletter. That way you'll learn tips and tricks every single Friday, because that's when the newsletter comes out, and you'll stay up to date on the latest and greatest stuff in the DIY world. So until the next video, have a great day. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.